We are learning more this morning about that deadly terror attack in Australia, targeting a celebration of
here we go.
The first night of Hanukkah on Sydney's Bondi Beach. At least 15 people there died and dozens more were injured.
Look how scary that is near the holidays. I wish this old-fashioned 1,100-year-old war between the Jewish people and Muslims would stop. It's annoying. Quit involving everybody. We're all bored of it.
You're looking as hundreds of people fled this famous beach as two gunmen opened fire. Police now say it was a father and son who carried out that attack. And incredibly, you see this on footage. One man confronted one of the attackers, grabbing a hold of his weapon at one point and then turning it on him until the alleged shooter there
See, I wouldn't have hesitated here. I would have shot this dude.
Backed away, but that bystander is now recovering in the hospital after suffering gun.
And what kind of gun is that? It looks like a bolt action. Dude's bringing out the hunting guns for this. Guy's an asshole, though.
Gunshot wounds to his arm and to his hand. Speaking overnight, Australia's Prime Minister condemned the attack.
What we saw yesterday was an act of pure evil, an act of terror, an act of anti-Semitism, an attack on the first day of Hanukkah, targeted at the Jewish community. A dark
Somebody must have gotten mad.
Day in Australia's history on what should have been a day of light.
Anna Schechter is the head of our CBS News Crime and Public Safety Unit. She's been on top of this story since it broke over the weekend. Anna, good morning. Horrific to have to chat with you over this topic, but what more are we learning? There's all that footage, all these first-hand accounts. What do we know about how this happened?
Well, we know that the two assailants were a father and son. The 50-year-old father actually was...
Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Two asshole Muslims.
Killed by gunfire by police. The 24-year-old son is in the hospital. They were working together.
He shouldn't be in the hospital. He should be dead.
They planned this for some time. They had 6 guns legally registered to the father. They had 2 IEDs in a vehicle nearby.
Now the IEDs, that's crazy.
Their homes have been searched. It's interesting, you know, there's so much news that broke over the weekend. We know a lot more about how this played out in Australia than we do at Brown University. Now we know that the father and son, originally from Pakistan, they're Pakistan.
Oh, look. The same old story. This is why countries should have a more aggressive immigration policy, because we're letting more and more of this happen, because guess what? People are dumb.
Pakistani nationals. We got that from U.S. intelligence assessment. Remember, the Australians and the Americans on the intelligence side, they work closely together. So big questions. We knew that we were in a heightened threat environment, particularly in the wake of the October 7th Hamas attack on Israel. Post-October 7th, we saw a spike in anti-Semitic rhetoric, threats, and actions.
See what I mean? 1,000-year-old war between the Jews and the Muslims. Happens all the time,
In Australia specifically. In fact, just a few months ago, the Prime Minister expelled the Iranian ambassador for allegedly being linked to 2 arson attacks, or the IRGC, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, being linked to 2 arson attacks last year at a synagogue and a kosher food provider. So this is the environment that we saw this attack happen in.
Let's talk more about that, because there's one Jewish advocacy group in Australia that kind of speaks for many others, and I want to play some sound from its executive director.
This has really not come from, spontaneity or opportunism. This is the end point of 2 years of relentless villainization of the Jewish community, incitement against us, and a progression of ever-increasing violence against the community. So it was predictable, and yet, like I said, it's still unfathomable that this would ever happen, that it would come to this.
So kind of making your point that some aspect of this could have been predicted. Does that mean some warning signs may have been missed?
Like that.
It does. In fact, less than a week ago, the leaders of the J7 countries, these are the 7 countries with the largest
ban
Jewish
Middle Easterns
communities,
from
had been meeting
immigration
in
until they
Sydney
learn their shit.
to strategize to make the
That's
place
what I
safer against these increased threats. So questions arise about police presence. Should they have been more present? Police response time, had that been staffed better with more police officers there, would that attack have been less deadly because it took that innocent bystander to tackle the shooter? It wasn't police who
Yeah, but he should have shot him. Sent him straight to hell. That's what I would have done.
were initially able to take them down.
Which is remarkable when you consider the risk
Would've been
of someone in the
remarkable
public
if
doing
he
that.
killed them.
Anna,
Anyways, folks, if you're a terrorist out there and you want to do things like this, you're a coward. Go back to your country and live in the cave. Like and subscribe.